Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you again for joining me for another episode of the Men of Yoshiwara Kikuya, or Gyakuten Yoshiwara. We are on Iroha-san's second season and chapter 4, filled with worry. So just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
I wanted to enjoy the mainland a little more.
As soon as we came back to the island, Iroha-san appeared to be pouting. We didn't go to the clothing store that we planned to go to, and our plans had changed quite a bit. But we finished buying the supplies. My mother must be worried since our day trip got extended.
We weren't able to look at dresses for the wedding ceremony. I wanted to see you wearing a fluffy lace dress, Misao.
Is that why you've been pouting, Iroha-san?
I don't pout. I'm an adult.
He turned his face quickly, and I saw his cheeks turning red. He looked so adorable that I burst out laughing.
Go ahead and laugh. I've been thinking which style of clothing is better, where to hold it, and I was looking forward to actually being able to see you wearing many types of dresses. That I was only able to imagine in my head.
I'm sorry. Once you're safe, we can go there anytime. So, for now we have to lay low, right?
If it makes you feel safe, Misao.
I nodded deeply to Iroha-san's words. Since I know Iroha-san was an ogre, I didn't want to be near that band of thieves. Well, let's bring in the items that we bought.
Yes, I'll prepare a cart, so please wait for me.
Hey, I haven't seen you two in a while. Hello, we went to the mainland to buy some supplies.
I see. So, have you heard the rumor yet? A rumor? Has trouble been stirred up again?
Perhaps it reminded him of Azusa-san. I felt something harsh from Iroha-san's words. No, it's more than that. There's a problem happening right now. Happening? Meaning that it still hasn't been resolved? I didn't want to have more things to worry over. But she kept talking. Some thieves have shown up on the island. Since last night, some people have already been robbed.
What?
It was only 2 or 3 houses, though, and since the island is small, we think it'll be solved quickly. But since the crimes involve a few people, it has to be a band of thieves. It's scary. She explained it with bitterness in her tone. Yeah, it really is small here. They can only come and go by sea, and it's not easy to hide here. That band of thieves. When I looked up at Iroha-san, he seemed to understand what was happening. They probably came looking for ogres and the skull. That was pretty quick. I said goodbye to her, and then went back to the town. On our way home, everyone we met was talking about the thieves. As soon as we got back, I put off organizing our things and made a suggestion to Iroha-san. Iroha-san, why don't you take refuge at Kikuya for a while?
What are you saying all of a sudden?
I've been thinking about the thieves' purpose in coming here.
So that's why you looked like you weren't all there on our way home.
Iroha-san had a bitter smile on his face as he started to change his clothes. While taking his jacket, I stared at Iroha-san, who wasn't taking my suggestion seriously.
Don't look at me with such worried eyes.
But no matter what, it can't be coincidence that they're coming here at the same time, can it?
But don't you think it's too quick for them to move?
I guess you're right about that. The officer said that their crime wasn't a serious crime. He also said that they would probably be held for 2 or 3 days. But they already knew that Iroha was an ogre. Isn't it possible that other members of the band would move into action? Even if the thieves don't know about it, it's still better to hide yourself quickly.
Well, you're probably right, but we don't need to move until things become more clear.
But...
You're worried about me, right? I'm okay. If I get into real danger, then I'll quickly move into action.
Perhaps I should say he was bold. He was too brave. Or perhaps these kind of things were a normal occurrence and not a problem.
Anyway, we should prepare for our ceremony. How many people will you invite?
I don't feel like doing that right now. Of course I didn't feel like preparing for a celebration when Iroha-san was in danger.
If you keep worrying about it, it will just wear you out, right? You should do something to distract yourself.
Thinking about these things every day would definitely get me down. But I can't bring myself to do anything for now.
I'm happy you're worried about me, but I have no idea what to do if it's beyond my power. Well then, how about this?
While I had a wry look on my face, Iroha-san smiled like he had come up with a genius plan. He then pointed his slender index finger at me.
We'll patrol the town.
You and me?
As if, Misao, you should be preparing for our ceremony.
But you'll place yourself in danger if you do it on your own.
I'll form a watch group with everyone in town. Ordinary people have already been affected by this. So this will also protect law and order in the town. It's like killing two birds with one stone.
That actually sounds like a good idea to me, so I guess I'll just ask, do you think it'll go well? Do you think it will go well?
It's not a matter of if it will go well. What's important is that we're protecting our own town.
Protect.
It's easy to form a group just in case something happens, right? If we wait for something to happen, it will be too late.
I guess you're right. Plus, it's better than being on your own. I'm happy that he listened to me a little before moving into action.
Well then, let's hurry and leave to discuss it with everyone.
Strike while the iron is hot. As if going on that sentiment, Iroha took my hand and headed outside. Iroha-san gathered the townspeople to start the discussion.
I agree with doing a patrol, but for how long will we do this? The period, well, for the moment we'll do it for a month. We may gradually know more about the thieves, movements and targets while doing this.
Okay, then we should review the particulars in detail.
Indeed. To start, we'll cover the times. The discussion went smoother than expected.
Because everyone trusts you, Iroha-san. I hope this will rid the island of the band of thieves.
I hope so. But before that, we may catch them.
Iroha-san, promise me that you won't do anything dangerous. It seemed like Iroha-san might really catch them. He would slowly chase them into a trap as planned. It was like a mouse trap, but we were dealing with human beings. But there was no way it would go according to the way I had it in my head.
I have no desire to get injured, so don't worry.
Okay.
So, you'll take care of the preparations for our ceremony, right, Misao?
You can count on me. I'll choose the venue, the dishes, and the guests.
That's a good girl.
Iroha-san nodded with satisfaction and kissed me on the forehead.
I've caused you needless worry, all because I'm an ogre.
Don't say such things. I'm happy to share my pleasure and pain with you, Iroha-san. Iroha-san gently smiled at me.
Though you'll constantly worry about me. Don't say that you'll return me back to Kikuya. I can't be returned.
Before asking, he winked at me and then spoke. I will never say that.
Oh, Misao.
Now he kissed my lips. It was a short but very deep kiss in which we tangled our tongues. Iroha-san, I wanted to be stronger to protect this person.
Well, shall we go back home?
Yes. Oh, I'll go to Kikuyo when you and the others start the patrol.
Are you worried about Azusa?
Yes, because he's also an ogre. Shouldn't I tell him what happened today, and that he's also in danger?
You're right. Please prepare for the ceremony, too.
I nodded to Iroha-san's words, but my mind was filled with worry.
Oh, what do you want?
I'm sorry to bother you while you were sleeping. Azusa-san appeared to be half awake. He looked very annoyed, and I wasn't sure if he was actually listening to me. But I kept talking. Actually, we had to go to the mainland the other day. I briefly explained what happened at the time.
So what?
He was totally calm. Perhaps he didn't realize that he was a target because he was an ogre. Please watch out. You may be targeted by the band of thieves.
I know that, but so what?
Oh, your life may be in danger, no? Was this a normal reaction for an ogre? I was puzzled because he and Iroha-san had similar reactions.
I understand that, but I'm already used to that. I came here because the mainland was dangerous. I assumed it would get dangerous here, too.
Oh, I see. It sounded better to say that he was frank, but...
Well, I usually work at night, so it won't be a problem for me, will it? This is just my impression, but I feel like thieves usually move at night.
You're right.
But are you stupid or something?
Why?
I feel like I did something that would make you hate me, but
I was surprised he knew what he did.
it sounds nice to say that you're a good-natured person, but it's just plain stupid. If I were you, I'd leave me alone.
Even though he said that to me, I didn't know what to say.
Hey, you should be grateful to her. Do you need to say such nasty things to her?
Takeo-san, why are you here? When I was caught in a difficult situation, Takeo-san appeared from within the shop.
I was having some trouble sleeping. And I heard you came here, Misao. So I came, and here I am. Are you going to protect her too? She doesn't like seeing people become unhappy. She's a rarity, a kind lady in this harsh world. That's why a cold guy like Iroha loves you.
Iroha-san is kind. Well, from the beginning.
Oh, brother. This is stupid. I guess you're too young.
I said goodbye to Takeo-san and left Kikuya. On my way home, I ran into Iroha-san, who was on patrol. Iroha-san, be careful! Iroha-san opened his mouth to say something, and...
I will, Misao. Goodbye.
The only thing I could do was just watch him as he left, while praying for his safety. The sight of Iroha-san's back was burned into my eyelids, and was unforgettable. I thought we could be happy together. I wanted him to live peacefully. Why? As he tried to go to another world, it was like the ogre that he is was a spinning gear, winding and tying him back to the string of his fate.
Misao, are you staying up late tonight too?
Mother, the patrol started from today, so I feel worried.
I see. I can't believe that it's become so dangerous here.
Of course my mother must have also heard about the band of thieves.
The island has fewer things compared to the mainland. I'm sure they'll leave soon.
I hope so.
Don't worry so much. Get some sleep.
Yes, good night. I watched her back as she left and looked down at the town from my window. I did this so that I could spot Iroha-san first when he came back. My body softly floated in the air. I didn't know what was happening, but I was covered in a strange sense of security. Iroha-san? My head felt foggy. Oh, I see. I realized that I had fallen asleep.
Have you woken up? You were sleeping near the window.
I was sleeping? So it wasn't a dream.
Dream or not, you should rest now. You must be worn out from the trip to the mainland.
I nodded to Iroha-san's words. I turned my head to the side and put myself in a position so I could lean on his chest.
The thump.
I could hear his strong and warm heartbeat. Iroha-san, your heartbeat. It makes me feel safe.
Because I'm holding you.
Huh? My arms and legs are in the air.
It's okay. I won't fumble and drop you.
I was carefully placed on top of something soft. I needed a few seconds to notice that it was a bed. I felt really happy. Because he came back to me. And then I finally woke up. Iroha-san, thank you for carrying me to the bed. It was terrible of me to impose something like that on Iroha-san, who had come home weary. I felt bad, so I hid my face.
Don't make such an embarrassed face.
I can't help it. I feel bad and really embarrassed.
You know how excited it's made me to see you embarrassed like that? I want to take off your clothes right this minute and make you call out my name only.
Oh no, not today, you're tired.
If you feel like that, then don't think about anything and just go to sleep. That's good for me too. Well, we should stop chatting. Can you show me your beautiful, peaceful sleeping face, Misao?
Yes. I felt that he dodged me well. That's probably what happened. It was Iroha-san's trick. As instructed, I closed my eyes and tried to sleep. He extended his hand to stroke my hair. His gentle and affectionate touching made my heart tighten. How was the patrol? Iroha-san continued to stroke my hair. His hands were big and warm. I like his hands so much. I also felt like I was depending on him. I was so worried that I selfishly allowed my feelings for him to grow into a burden for him.
Nothing happened. Oh yeah, there was a woman who was arguing near the entrance of Yoshiwara. That's the only thing that I settled.
Was it something dangerous? It was becoming difficult to speak clearly because of the drowsiness.
I just did the same job I did when I was a manager.
Yeah, you're right. But it's still dangerous.
I'm fine. If I was in real danger, I would run away quickly.
Really? That would be so great if that's how it really was. But I'm certain that he wouldn't do that. He would stand in the face of danger. I had so much to say, but my mouth couldn't move.
I'm sorry to make you worried, Misao.
No, it's okay. I wanted to hear Iroha-san's voice more.
It seems that I can be a bit extreme sometimes.
What do you mean?
When it comes to protecting my life with you, Misao, sometimes I'm so cold I scare myself.
That might have been true.
It was the same when I was in Kikuya. I would do anything to protect us.
Please don't do anything scary. I wondered if running away was sometimes necessary.
I want to do that, but
The home that he was looking for is here.
no matter what the thief's purpose is, I would rather fight than do nothing and be taken. But I can't get carried away. Your tendency to constantly worry is actually good for me.
Iroha-san, so it's all right for me to worry about you? He implied that things were okay as they were. I felt like I was about to cry.
Of course, when you feel that way, my feelings to protect you get stronger. So,
Suddenly, Iroha-san looked down at me with a strong light in his eyes. How strong his eyes were. They were very scary and yet reliable.
before you get hurt, Misao, I'll do whatever I can to resolve this issue.
Iroha-san. I couldn't continue what I was saying after that.
Misao,
Iroha-san. Iroha-san kissed me. My head wasn't too clear, but I definitely knew that much.
I know what you're going to say, so I won't do anything too extreme.
You're already plenty extreme.
Really? That's nothing. Good night, Misao. My wife is really a worrier.
After midnight, I fell asleep into Iroha-san's arms, but suddenly woke up. I didn't feel like going back to sleep, so I found my feet leading me to the beach at night. The sound of the waves stirred my feelings of worry. I shouldn't have come here. I mumbled that while using one hand to hold my hair that was being swept away by the sea breeze. I should go back. If Iroha-san woke up, it would make him worry to see that I'm not there. I turned back, and while walking on the beach with the sound of sand underfoot, I found someone. Is that... Kagero-san, why are you here?
That's my line. What are you doing here at a time like this? Is Iroha-san with you?
No, I couldn't sleep, so...
I know it's dangerous to come here alone.
Kagero-san said so with a deep sigh. I'm sorry. Hearing Kagero-san's words made me shrink into myself. But then I realized, why are you here, Kagero-san? It's night now. It's the busiest and most crowded time in Yoshiwara.
I'm doing some work for Kikuya.
At the beach?
Yes, I was sent here to check on something.
I didn't understand very well, but I knew Kagero came here for work. I didn't want to bother him, so I was about to leave, but just then...
She really did show up.
Kagero-san opened his eyes wide. His glance was directed at a lantern floating in the darkness. Kagero-san started to move. What was about to happen?
Please don't move from that spot, Misao.
Yes. I felt so nervous it felt like my heart would burst. Kagero-san started to walk towards the lantern, amidst the tensed atmosphere, and when the lantern reached the water's edge...
Stop right there.
Kagero-san launched out and grabbed the arm of the lantern's owner. The lantern shook and moved greatly. Ah! How did you know I'd be here?
It doesn't matter how I knew. How dare you try to run away?
Why can't you let us be?
This is to protect Kikuya's reputation.
Just what was going on? Not understanding what this was all about, I approached Kagero-san. Just what's going on? With the woman's arm firmly in Kagero-san's grasp, he looked at me.
This woman is...
I didn't do anything bad. Suddenly, the woman screamed to defend herself.
You tried to cross a line with a gentleman. That is a serious crime.
What did she do?
This woman was trying to run away with a gentleman.
Huh?
I was told they'd carry out their plan today. We captured the gentleman, and it went as expected.
That's why he came here, to capture the woman. But how could they know about it beforehand? That man told me today would be the best day to do it.
Indeed, the majority of the gentlemen will be out for a big banquet tonight. But it was reported that that man was going to escape tonight.
The best day? Report? My heart skipped a beat. What do you mean? What did Kagero-san say just now?
Misao-san, are you okay?
Kagero's arms grabbed my shoulder. I'm okay. I'm sorry, but who reported that? How did that person know?
You and Iroha-san are what people are talking about in Kikuya now.
He was trying to console me, but I shook my head and asked him to answer quickly.
Azusa has a lot of problems, but his skills are reliable. He predicted this.
I don't know, he probably just overheard, really. He's become useful. I feel somewhat relieved.
Iroha-san gave him some strict lessons on manners, but he still has a lot of shortcomings.
Azusa-san's prediction came true. My firm disbelief in his fortune-telling was falling apart. Perhaps Iroha-san and I would no longer have a connection in the future, just as foretold.
Well, I'm going back to the shop with her.
Yes, but perhaps Azusa-san could save Iroha-san like he saved the shop.
I would actually like to see you off, but...
Oh no, I'm okay by myself. Thank you so much. Kagero-san turned down his almond-shaped eyes and lightly bowed to me. And then he went back to Kikuya with the woman. While I watched his back as he left, Kagero-san suddenly stopped and turned his face back to me.
It may sound strange for me to say this, but you two are...
I think everyone in Kikuya probably had the same feelings for you two guys. Thank you. I was happy to know he cared about me. I have such kind people around me. Thinking about that, I couldn't help but hope for Iroha-san's safety. I wanted to protect him, no matter what. I then automatically hung my head down, and tears fell from my eyes onto the beach. With those tears, I knew that I had to make a decision soon. After the incident with Kagero-san on the beach, I snuck back into my house. It seemed that Iroha-san hadn't woken, and unaware of what happened, he didn't wake up until morning. Iroha-san, it's morning, wake up. He turned over in bed and mumbled something. I wonder if everyone looked this childlike when they slept. I laughed a little and started to think, should I rely on the fortune-telling to know Iroha-san's future or not?
You watched me sleeping with a grin on your face. What a dirty mind you have.
Huh? Oh! I instantly tried to return the firmness to my face, but I was unable to do so, so I covered my face with both hands.
It's rare and interesting to see you with a loose look on your face.
Don't make fun of me!
I should wake up now. Good morning.
Good morning. When Iroha-san got out of bed, his sleeper was a little messed up, which I found alluring. I felt embarrassed, so I looked away. Iroha-san, thank you for carrying me to bed.
It's nothing special.
The smile on his face changed suddenly. He quickly put his index finger straight in front of my face.
Starting from today, you need to make more breakfast.
What are you saying so early in the morning?
I felt it when I hugged you. You've lost some weight, Misao.
You're not just imagining things? At one point I was eating less, but now I was back to my normal portions.
I don't think I could make a mistake if it's about you, Misao, could I? You've definitely lost weight.
I understand, so please don't get so excited about it.
And how long are you going to look away from me for?
I thought he didn't notice since he wasn't pointing it out.
Did you do something that would make you feel guilty in my presence?
I did nothing of that sort.
Then why are you doing that?
I heard Iroha-san's pleasant laughter. Morning or night, it didn't matter to him. What a mean guy. I don't know. I'll bring breakfast. I then stood up and tried to pass to the side of Iroha-san. When I did, his hand grabbed my arm.
Do you think that you can escape me?
He always kept me bound like I was caught in a spider's web. He would capture me and eat me, and the process would repeat countless times.
You're not a virgin, but you still feel embarrassed.
It's not me, it's your sensuality that makes me feel like this, Iroha-san.
You're blaming it on me, are you?
Because it's true. Hideo-san, I have a package for you. That was rare. I always made deliveries, but it was rare for me to get a package. Iroha-san and I looked at each other and quizzically cocked our heads to the side. I have no clue what that could be. I'm coming. I raised my voice to ask the person to wait. When I started to walk, Iroha-san didn't stop me. This time he also stood up. Iroha-san, please make your clothes presentable and show yourself, okay?
Okay.
Iroha-san shrugged his shoulders and followed me while trying to fix his clothes. The delivery was gifts to celebrate our wedding. There are so many. I really am going to have a ceremony with you, Iroha-san, aren't I?
Yes, seeing these gifts makes me feel like it's really happening.
Many boxes were placed in the corner of the room. They had sake for our celebration, belts, fabrics, everything was for our celebration. But would we really see our wedding? The connection between me and Iroha-san might be severed before the ceremony. We could be attacked by the thieves before the ceremony. The more I thought about it, the more it felt like a terrifying reality was waiting for us. I couldn't help but feel this way. We ate more breakfast than normal and then began to prepare for work.
Are you really okay by yourself?
I wonder who was the real worrier here. I kept my feelings inside and nodded to Iroha-san. Iroha-san, you're going to do some deliveries while on patrol, right? If I was with you, I'd just be in the way.
I'm making deliveries to women, so you wouldn't be on our way if you were with me, Misao.
If we go together, everyone will make fun of us, so I'm going to go do some deliveries too.
Please take care of yourself, all right?
You too, Iroha-san. I wanted to check if Azusa-san's fortune-telling was accurate one more time, and not with some harmless fortune-telling for clients. I wanted to know a prediction like one that was used to save Kikuya the other night. If that prediction came true, then I would ask Azusa-san for help without any doubt in my mind. It might result in saving himself in the end, too. I'm sure that he'll help me. While carrying my packages, I rushed to Kikuya where Azusa-san was. Excuse me, miss. While walking at a hurried pace, an unfamiliar lady started to talk to me. Have I met her somewhere before? Is something wrong? Oh, I'm sorry to stare at you impolitely. She looked like she could be in her late 30s or early 40s. She appeared to be around the same age as my mother, but somehow looked young. Her long black hair matched her seductive eyes, emphasized by a mole beneath one of her eyes. Oh, this is the boss of the bandits, and I'm guessing it's probably Iroha's mother. Can I help you? Oh, well, your hairpin has such exquisite decorations on it. So I just ended up talking to you. Is it agate? It's beautiful. Thank you so much. I felt happy to be randomly complimented on the gift that Iroha-san gave me. But the woman continued to speak. But it doesn't match with those Western clothes you have on. Huh? Just then, Tokiwa noticed me and walked over.
Morning. You're early. I didn't think Iroha-san has come here yet.
What a coincidence to meet you here. I actually didn't come here for Iroha-san today.
Oh, really? Who might this lady be?
I'm selling Japanese clothes and fabrics, and you are Tokiwa from Kikuya, aren't you?
Oh, you know me, eh? All right, let's take a peek at what you've got. They kept bringing me the same clothes these days, so I was hoping to get a new change. Why don't you change your clothes too, Misao?
Okay. Tokiwa-san may have noticed that I wasn't in the mood for that, so he smiled at me a little.
I think that hairpin of yours would look good with Japanese clothes.
Japanese clothes? Do you think they would look good on me? As a shipping agent, I had to give people the impression that I knew Western products well. Because of that, I had always worn Western clothes since I was little. I wonder if Japanese clothes would look good on me.
Well, for you, Misao, maybe you could wear Japanese clothes with a Western taste.
Tokyo-san then went ahead and started looking through the products that the woman had.
How about this formal skirt for female students? It's not too flashy, and works with a hairpin.
The clothes he handed me were based around a formal Japanese skirt. It went well with the hairpin, and the size fitted my body magically. You're right.
That hairpin is a gift from Iroha-san, isn't it?
How did you know?
It's obvious. Men give jewelry to women because they want them to be beautiful. So, wearing clothes that match with the gift Iroha-san gave you, that's the best gift a man can get.
Him saying that now put me in a tough spot, but when the woman said that the clothes I'm wearing now don't match my hairpin, I couldn't help but worry. Tokyo-san placed the skirt against my body to check if it matched. Look in the mirror. This is really cute.
Yeah, these clothes really do look good on you.
Just then, Hideo-san, this is where you were. What happened? Hideo-san, we have a big problem. A familiar person rushed towards me. Had something happened? Your mother called the police to report that your wedding gifts have been stolen. Oh no! I said goodbye to Tokyo-san and the lady, and then headed back home. So that was Chapter 4 of Iroha's second season. I hope to see you in some of my future videos. I'd be grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.